What's going on, everybody? How we doing this morning? All right, excuse the echo. I haven't gotten the patent set up in my little podcast room yet, but we're gonna be all right. All right. So, I wanted to come to you this morning and talk about crap rolling downhill. Or does it really though? All right, does it really though? So, I gotta shoot a shout out to one of my mentors, Sergeant Major Dangerfield, retired type. He told me a story when I was a E5, and it has stuck with me through my entire career. And now I'm going to share that story with you. It's funny how storytelling works, you know. One generation gives it to the next generation, they pass it on to the next generation. That's what I love about storytelling. All right. Now, here we go. So you can delegate responsibility. No. You can delegate authority, but you cannot delegate responsibility. The responsibility lies with the person who is given the task. Period. It's that simple. All right. And here's how the story goes. Now, the sergeant major comes down and he says, "Hey, you know, we need this grass cut at the company." So, first sergeant turns around. He says, "Sergeant Major, Roger that." First sergeant goes and he finds his platoon sergeant. You know, his platoon sergeant is one of his people who is a mid-level manager who manages things at the platoon level. So he says, "Hey, platoon sergeant, need this grass cut before the end of the day." Platoon sergeant says, "Roger that, first sergeant. We're gonna make that happen." So platoon sergeant turns around with all intentions of getting this done. So he goes and he finds one of his squad leaders, and he says, "Squad leader, guess what?" He's like, "What's up, big sergeant?" He said, "I need this grass cut before the end of the day." "No problem. Roger that. We're gonna get that knocked out." So the squad leader goes and he tells the team leader, and the team leader tells that end user. He says, "Hey, soldier, I need this grass cut before the end of the day." Soldier says, "Roger that." Now look, all of this stuff probably took about 15 minutes from the time that the sermon came down to the time that the end user got the message to cut the grass. Well, 8 hours go by. Grass doesn't get cut. Now, Sergeant Major comes, you know, he's riding back. It's about 1700, 5 o'clock p.m. time. And he says, he rides past. He's like, "Oh, that old first sergeant didn't cut that grass. Let me give him a call." So he gives the first sergeant a call. He's like, "First sergeant, what's up with the grass, man? We had a conversation this morning. You gave me your word, you get it cut." He was like, "I did, Sergeant Major." He was like, "I don't know. Let me go check it out." So the first sergeant goes out there, checks out the grass. Guess what? Grass has not been cut. All right. So this is where we go into the crap rolls downhill. Now, the first sergeant has one or two options. He can go and he can fire up those individuals. Well, he can fire up that platoon sergeant who he told to get the grass cut, and the grass didn't get cut. Or we can do some teaching. Okay. And this is why I say crap does not roll downhill, because at the end of the day, it is the leader's job to check. I'm going to say that one more time. At the end of the day, it is the leader's job to check, because of the leader, there was 8 hours that passed from the time that the task was given to the time that the task should have been complete. And at no point did any leader, from the first sergeant to the end user, go check. So now, who does the leader have to be upset with but themselves? There's a little saying out there: "In God we trust, all others we check." So if the first sergeant had went and checked, or the platoon sergeant had went and checked, this would not have been a problem. We could have put some different stimuli in there to encourage those individuals to get these things done that we needed to get done. But that was not done. So now, in the crap rolls downhill scenario, pretty much, the person at top, they get hit in the head because something didn't get done. And they start hitting people in the head below them. And we just expect this trickle down effect to continue. When in fact, we could have put things in place to prevent this from happening. All right. There's this little thing called management. There's principles of management. POLR, plan, organize, lead, and control. Those are the principles to management. Now, in there, that control portion, that is the portion, you got the plan portion where you're planning out what has to happen. Sergeant Major, basically gave the warning, get this done. You have to organize. What we're looking at, what do we have? What do we need? You have the lead. The lead is the checkpoint. That's the checkpoint. That's the part where the leader goes and checks and says, hey, this is working. This isn't working. We need to get this done. And then you have the control. You look at the outcome and see if, in fact, what you want it to happen is happening. And if it is not happening, you need to change the direction that we're moving in. Some may call that the azimuth. Okay. But that's how that thing rolls down. Now, look, here's my thing, right? This is what I believe. This is my personal belief when it comes to what we call butt chewings. And this is what I tell people. If you can show me what is professional about a butt chewing, I will take one. If you can show me what is professional about a butt chewing, I will take one. That's simple. Until then, it's not going to happen. All right. And I can take constructive criticism. You can tell me that, something was done wrong. As long as it's done in a professional manner, we're going to be fine. I'll get done whatever it is. I'll be the humblest person that you want. But if you think for 1 second you are going to disrespect me by coming at me unprofessionally, because that's what it is disrespect. If you think that you're going to come at me unprofessionally and disrespectfully, it's not going to happen. All right. It's that simple. And, I look at it like this. When we look at constructive criticism, butt chewings, positive reinforcement, all of these are words that represent things. Just because you chose the word and chose to believe that that method was going to work doesn't mean that I have to agree with it. It's that simple. You chose those words. You chose that method of butt chewing. You chose that. Now, how the receiver receives it is up to them. It's that simple. You can't, everybody's not going to take everything well. Everybody's not going to take everything in the manner in which you want to put it out there. So I would say to stay away from the crap rolls downhill and the butt chewing, and replace crap rolls downhill with checking, and replace butt chewing with constructive criticism and, creating winning streaks. This is something that we learn in MRT. We do a very good job at constructive criticism, telling somebody exactly what it was that they did not do, which led to them failing at the task. We do that very well. Now, why not switch that around and tell an individual what it was that they did right that helped them succeed at a task? And once we do this enough and we take those small little wins and we string them together, we have what we like to refer to as a winning streak. So with that in mind, does crap really roll downhill? Or should I say, does it have to? All right. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I stayed a little bit longer than I wanted to today, but I hope someone found something useful out of what we talked about here today. Look, you are important. You matter. And don't let anybody make you feel as if you're insignificant. If you do get into the inbox, we got people here to help you. The NCOPD Live team is here to help you. The Women's Intentional Podcast is here to help you. And let's talk about it. We are here to help you. Get into that inbox and we'll get back to you in a timely manner. Look, I'm going to say this, and I'll probably talk about it again later on this week. We mean what we say about people coming into the inbox to get help. Now, here's the thing. I need to put a disclaimer out there. Okay. If you come into the inbox, all right, our commitment to helping people is there, but there are some things that you have to understand. Okay. You have to be prepared to be very transparent. Okay. You have to be transparent. And when you tell us something, that has to be what it is. It has to be what it is, because we're not going to just, go out here. We're not out here trying to destroy units and, tear people down and this, that, and the third. We'll give you some advice, and it's just that is advice. You can choose to take it or you can choose not to, but this isn't what that is about. But if you truly need help, reach out and we're here. We're here, but prepare to be transparent. That's all that I'm going to say on that one. Prepare to be transparent, because you have a lot of people who get upset because they did a thing and they don't want to be punished for it. Okay. So with that being said, there it is. Look, life is a choice. I'm depending on you to choose well. Oz here signing out. I'll be talking to you soon.